This video brought to you in part by the Patreon supporters of Cobra TV.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. And I didn't think we'd be doing this again. I didn't think we'd be here again, but here we are, taking a look at a trailer breakdown of the Light No Fire release gameplay trailer. And we're going to dive pretty deep into some things. And if you notice something that I don't mention, please, I beg you, put it in the comment section down below. Give me your ideas about, I don't know, what you have about anything at all. Don't shy away from using that comment section to make your voices heard. I did see all of your comments on the last video I uploaded for Light No Fire, and I definitely thank you so much. I just recently started a brand new job, so I've been very busy. But let's go ahead and talk about Light No Fire here for a second. This game it didn't come out of nowhere. They told us like 5 years ago he was working on something more ambitious than No Man's Sky. And so we knew they were working on another game, but they had kept it so super duper absolutely quiet. They didn't do any interviews. There wasn't anything you could kind of, follow or any leads on the internet. They were really, really quiet. And as you guys know, let me talk a little bit about possible when this game could possibly be released, and to kind of talk about some concerns that some people have. So Sean Murray learned his lesson about talking about the full spectrum of the project, and with No Man's Sky, and people not either hearing him say that they weren't going to be done with the game when it launched, that they were going to continue making it for a long time, or they just just chose not to hear it. But he learned from his mistakes, and he said that he's not ready to show something until it's ready, until it's not going to change. And so I think that we are very close to Light No Fire releasing. If you notice that this trailer for this new game is as polished as a trailer for the updates that we get for No Man's Sky. Very similar in direction as far as how the trailer for Light No Fire was directed, in the very same flavor that the update trailers are for No Man's Sky. And we usually get those update trailers just right before we get the updates. So with them showing it this much and it being as polished as an update trailer for No Man's Sky, I think the release could be not too far off. I think, maybe they feel comfortable enough showing this much. They feel comfortable enough stating the claims that it's a Earth-sized planet and that it's multiplayer and all this. They feel comfortable enough to say those things. So rest assured, you are getting what has been shown and what has been said so far without a shadow of a doubt. Now, he said that they were going to have large mountains, and as we can see right here, these are not video game mountains. Some of the mountains that we see in this trailer are really, 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 really big, and I cannot wait to set sail on one of the boats. There's many modes of transportation in this game, as we're going to kind of take a look here in just a second. Another concern, before I get started, I know I'm long-winded, I always have been, is that somebody very close to me and a few other people have said that I'm going to use what the person who was very close to me said, and he said that it looks a lot like No Man's Sky, and that he's afraid that it can't stand on its own, that they're relying too much off of the engine of No Man's Sky to make this game, and that he's afraid that it's a reskinned No Man's Sky with just one gigantic freaking planet with the same mechanics, which is, and I beg to differ. I think this game's going to stand on its own and not really rely on No Man's Sky too much, although to make this game they did have a good head start. And the reason why I think he's saying those things is because they were able to use No Man's Sky and some of the gameplay mechanics that is used in No Man's Sky in this game, such as crafting and resource gathering. But we already see just from this picture alone that this looks like those planets that we're always searching for. It looks like those lush, garden-esque planets with the blue sparkling spring water, ocean water, and the green grass. We're always in search for those kind of planets in No Man's Sky. And it looks like, that planet is this planet that we're going to be playing this game on is the dream planet that we've always been in search for. And we've all come close to finding that dream planet. And this dream planet, it's got multiple biomes. This planet, imagine taking all of the possibilities you have for an entire universe in No Man's Sky, taking all those tools and then some. Adding some, refining the engine that you use, which it definitely looks like the engine's been refined, and then compiling all those possibilities on one planet. So you've got multiple biomes, a universe that a universe could have. You have variation that a universe could have, and it's all in this game on this one planet. And I think that is absolutely amazing. So let's get into this. And I'm the reason why I'm stuttering is because I remembered that there's something in here that I did not point out that I'm gonna have to figure out where it's at in the trailer while I'm going and not forget about it. And I'm probably gonna forget about things. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't see this?" I probably forgot about it. What I did was I went through the whole trailer and I edited everything, and I did a lot of here. Let me show you what it looks like here. I just pulled some stuff and just highlighted it, either slowed it down or zoomed in, or took a picture of it and whatnot. And so I'm going by memory on what I saw. So let's just dive into it now. I think this game's going to stand on its own. I think what you see is definitely what you're going to get. I think what you read about this game on the Steam page or on the website is what you're going to get. And with that said, let's go ahead and look at this now. All right, so this shot obviously is very awesome. Reason why I took this picture is we know it's a multiplayer game, and what it looks like is maybe we're going to be able to form guilds and stuff like that, because you see they're wearing all matching cloaks, matching capes and things like that. They're all dressed the same. So it kind of looks like this is a small guild of people who have decided that they were going to match up and stuff like that. And you're going to see, too, that there's a ton of variation in the backpacks that they're wearing, which I believe might have some sort of classes. You either build them or you could find them. But there's a ton of variation in backpacks. And as you can see, they all even have the same bow and arrow here. Same capes, so it looks like they're definitely trying to match. Could be a hint that it could be a way for us to build, form guilds with our friends. So that is definitely good news. All right, let's keep going here. Right here, I just started the video over, and it looks like we got some strange monolith things that maybe have puzzles, or maybe you learn languages, almost just like in No Man's Sky. I know. Can it stand on its own without relying too much on No Man's Sky? I've got a theory about that, and I'll just state it out front. What if the story, the lore, is that we uncover that this planet just happens to be, not that you could find it, but just happens to be in lore, a planet with its own story and its own things that you could think about that could happen within the No Man's Sky universe, right? What if it follows the No Man's Sky lore, so to speak? Not sci-fi-ish, but a planet that is not yet as evolved as some of the other places where you would find Korvax and Gek and all of that, right? What if this is a planet, and by the time you're done playing this, you find out that it is in the No Man's Sky lore, that this kind of is another No Man's Sky Part 2, but its own story on its own planet and its own story that is not leaning on No Man's Sky. Does that make sense? Could it be? I don't know. The logo for this darn thing looks like a damn atlas with a different shape. It really does. I don't know if it is, but it's fun to think about. And it looks like something that you would walk up to, maybe learn some language or solve a puzzle or learn some of the lore from this thing. We know that that's how No Man's Sky or Hello Games delivers their story, their lore. through things like this. I mean, they are like the kings in explorative storytelling. So let's go ahead and continue. Here's just a really cool shot of a skeleton creature. Not sure if this is you. I'm not sure if this is NPC or if you could actually play as a skeleton. But it looks like there's either smaller ones or children ones walking alongside this one, coming to a ruined, looks like a ruined city. But look at, just check out the biome, man. Looks like a toxic environment, sort of like you would find on a toxic planet. Remember, all of the tools that they could use for No Man's Sky can be used for this one planet with multiple biomes. Just think about the possibilities of where you're going to explore, where you're going to end up at. All right, let's go ahead and continue. That looks really cool right there. Now here's this shot here. I'm not sure if this thing is the logo, where that, that triangle looking thing is down below it. I'm not sure if that's what that is that we also see at the end of the trailer here, where it looks like maybe a dragon's flying to it or something. But one of the reasons why I did pause it here is because you could see that there's definitely this RPG game with magic and stuff like that. I have seen humans with antlers coming out of their head, so I don't know what that's about. I have seen humans with no antlers. I've seen what looks like this person might be wearing a helmet with antlers. I've seen horns, and it's just coming straight out of the darn skull, right through the hair. But you can see this. There's a creature here. I don't know what it is, but it's got like a lighted blue sword, and I just thought that was a really cool, just something cool to point out. But not sure what it means. And there's that thing there. I don't know if that's what the logo is, but we'll take a look here at the end. Here we go. By. Just look at that. Look at the field of view. Like, look how far out you can see. Just imagine going off in there and exploring and hunting. Yes, there's hunting in this game, as we'll find out here later. This part, when I was watching this trailer for the very first time, I got goosebumps. Because this right here, and I show an example of what I'm talking about, is almost done on purpose to bring some nostalgia to us original No Man's Sky peeps when we watched the trailer for No Man's Sky for the first time. And I'm going to, trust me, I'll put a side by side and I'll show you that this was definitely done on purpose. But it definitely gives me nostalgia on the first No Man's Sky trailers. But we see some things in here. We see some things that look, I don't know. I was like, man, is that a Gek? But we take a look at this little guy right here. And I don't know if I zoom in. Maybe I didn't zoom in. But they almost look like Gek. And this little guy right here looks like he's got a beak. I don't know if I zoom in on him. No, I didn't zoom in on him right now. I was too concerned at showing how this just mirrored one of the old No Man's Sky trailers. But he did look like he had a beak. And he looked like he had... it looked like a Gek, man, but it could have been a fish. And there was one that kind of looked like I don't know if he was a toad or a shark person or something like that. But let's go ahead. Maybe I do zoom in on some of them. All right, so let's go over that one more time here. So that's when he comes out of the water. And then I showed the old trailer for No Man's Sky and how it just, watch this, boom, 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 right? And here's the old No Man's Sky trailer. It's going in the opposite direction. See that? It's going to the right, and then he goes out of the water to the right. But watch this. It just gives me goosebumps. I just had to show you. I'm sure a lot of you picked it up. Boom, boom, boom. And then here they are side by side. Watch this. Just watch this. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Wasn't that cool? All right, so here, I think this is where I zoom in on some of these. He looks like he's, I don't know, fishy, like a fish or a toad, or I don't know what kind of animal that would be, but look how long his feet are. He's got some really long feet. And then there's another one. I don't know where I zoom. Here's a person here. The hair animation is pretty good, pretty spot on. Looks like might be a female with her hair in a ponytail. And then there's this giant freaking octopus down in the center of the video. Just really creepy, man. Big creature. But here you get to see a little bit more of this. Is it an otter, maybe? Maybe it's an otter or something. I don't know. But there's more. There's wolves. There's foxes. There's pigs. And I'll show you proof of that here soon. I don't know. You probably spotted it too. This, I believe, might be your health. At first, I was like, man, is that like an oxygen meter? But no, I think that's health. Down here, I think this little fish symbol maybe tells you that you're in the water. I think I zoom in on that too. I think this maybe tells you you're in the water because some of the other parts where you see this symbol, it changes and it looks like it's trying to match the environment that you're walking through. This right here, I believe, is the sun, means it's daylight, and then you get a moon for nighttime. I believe this here is your temperature. So there's definitely that survival mechanic going on there. And over here, I believe, is the weapon that you have selected as a hotkey. I think that's the one, like, whatever, you pick whatever one you want to, when you pull out your weapon, or object. I shouldn't say just weapon, object. And so I think that's what that's showing right there. And here's this other little creature right there. Oh, man, go back. Why'd you leave that thing so quickly? Man, it looks like it could be a fish. It looks like it could be a beak. But I'm not saying it's a geck. It looks like damn geck, man. Especially if you watch the video as they're just swimming through it. But look, looks like a geck swimming. That right there looks like a geck swimming. Ugh. Daggone slimy creatures living in the water and breeding and just gross. All right, so here they come. They're coming out of the water. Now, you come to here, and you can tell that this guy's... there's also, yeah, I wanted to point this out. There's nothing selected here. Like, no object selected, even though he's got it in his hand. There's also no environmental readings over here at all. So I don't know if that just implies that you could turn off the HUD like you can in No Man's Sky. But he's coming up here to this little square thing. I don't know what these lines are up here. And then there's this flag. The flag's got some different writing on it. But you zoom in close, you can see the variation of his backpack. He's got like this thin metal rail right here where his stuff goes on. He's got a sleeping bag, another little pouch. But definitely a lot of variation with the backpacks. Looks like that backpack is going to play a really huge role in what we're doing in the game. And here's a close-up of the different writing and symbols that I guess we're going to learn about in the game. And those symbols are also going to go in front of our homes and habitats and cabins and whatever, which I'll point out here in just a second. But there he is. You can see that he's holding it. You'll take a really good close look at that backpack. Backpack might be a way that you save your game. That'd be cool. Instead of putting down a save beacon like you do in No Man's Sky, you could just put that down and go to sleep and save your game. So that'd be cool if that was the case, which probably will be. Now here's hand gliders. As you can see, they're swinging their feet, so it might be a button that you push to get going or change directions. And you can see that guy in the background; his feet are moving too. So lots of different ways. This is a big planet with big, large scale places, right? Like there's a lot of ways to move around. You got birds, you got dragons, you got boats, you got some kind of four-legged ox looking thing or whatever, horse, whatever. And you've got these hand gliders. Let's keep going through this though. But yeah, it looks like he's kicking. I don't think it's just an animation. Right here, you got really cool shot here. I love that these birds, if you look at the new assets that they created for this game, even the people, your avatar, the animals, the dragons, everything looks really good. I mean, really good. Like these birds are really detailed. They look very realistic. And here's another variation of a backpack. This one has a much thicker metal railing that the backpack is actually sitting on. And you can see like this wet effect from the rain So that is definitely playing a part in it. And the harnesses and the saddles for the birds and for the dragons seem to be different as well. The rabbit over there is sitting on. Wait, I want to go back to that. The rabbit over there is sitting on a different harness and saddle than I think that other one. But I just wanted to take this picture here to kind of show like the I don't know, just the different customer character customization and a little bit of the different clothing. It looks like this guy's got his pants rolled up to his knees, and it looks like he's wearing boots or shoes like ankle high. And I just thought that was cool, and I just wanted to show that off. But if you look up over here, at this guy, this rabbit getting on this bird, which I believe this to be a player, this rabbit, and I'll explain why later I made a differentiation of player and NPC rabbits. And this bird, just look how realistic that looks. Look at the wet feathers. And the reason why I looped this one is look at the animation for getting on the bird, the struggle, it's not just disappearing and then appearing onto the back of the bird. It is a really good, solid, polished animation of yourself getting on your bird or dragon or whatever it is you're getting on. So I just paying attention to details, what they did, man. And you can even see the feathers move a little bit with the rabbit kind of like messing around. So yeah, different harnesses, different saddles, different creatures. And here, there's a lot going on in this scene. A lot. You got a big dragon over there in the background. You've got some crafting going on. You've got a lot of players on the screen. And I mean a lot of players on the screen. I still don't know how multiplayer is going to work. Look at the way the hair's moving. It's even staying up because the person is like in constant motion. See, what do I got going on here? Oh yeah, this is a picture of, not a picture, but a clip of a person coming in on a hand glider landing at their base. So it looks like those hand gliders, mode of transportation, I think is going to be very important. But I think they also have fast travel too, but we'll see. Here's the person coming in. You can see his legs kicking and moving. He's landing, coming to his base. So that's pretty cool right there. And right here there's a lot going on here. You got this guy right here chopping down, doing some resource gathering like you would with your multi-tool, but it's all physical. You're chopping it with an axe. This guy is carrying a log along with two other people I see carrying logs. So it kind of looks like the resource gathering is going to be more physical than anything else. And you're going to see some new animals in here. I don't know if this is a freaking rhinoceros dude or not, but he's really big. He's really strong, and I don't know if that comes into play when you're carrying things like this. If you're this guy over here, this little teeny tiny guy chopping down the tree, I don't know if you're walking over and picking up that big log like this big dude is. And if you notice, the only people that are carrying these logs are going to be these big, maybe a rhino-looking thing. I don't know. But let's get through this still image here and check out everything else I'm trying to point out. Now, this right here is a pig. It's a hog. It's a pig. This is a little teeny tiny pig. I don't think he's picking up one of those big logs either. But let's take a look at that. You can see he's a pig. He's a pig, man. That is a freaking pig right there. And he's up there doing some magical crafting is what I'm going to call it. I believe it's him doing the crafting. Because when you watch at a certain point, which I'll show it, he raises his hand and all of a sudden the rocks start floating and he starts moving his hand around. Now it could be an emoji to wave hi and they messed up. Or it could be just an animation for when you craft and the rocks are moving on their own. But we'll take a look at that much later. But yeah, that's a pig right there. That's a pig. That's a freaking pig. I love it. I love it. And then here, I don't know if it's a rhino. Look, he's got these two little ears here. He's, I guess, kind of gray, and it looks like he might have a horn right there, but he's big, and he's strong, and he's picking that log up like it's nothing. But look at the writing on the back of his backpack. Also, right here you get a sign, and I'll show that here in a second. It looks like you can put, for whatever reason, signs in front of your bases that you build. And we'll take a look at that. And they're magical because they glow blue. But look at that, man. He's just carrying that log along like it's nothing. And there's that little pig up there just getting ready to build that wall. All right, and there's that sign. We're gonna get a good look at that sign here in a second. But yeah, he looks like a freaking rhino. All right, so you got the little guy. He's chopping down the tree. You got a lot of people carrying around. Now, this right here coming up is why I think might be fast travel in the game. This could be like a teleport, fast travel, magical thing to where you could put it right outside of your base and maybe teleport if you get too far away. We do know Halo games does like to do that. I personally love games that do not have fast travel in them, but I will use fast travel if it's there. It doesn't kill the game or any game for me that has it. I still play games that have fast travel. I just prefer it not to be there, but it's not a game killer for me, right? If it's there, it's there. It'll have some magical properties to it to where you can maybe teleport to this green glowing stuff, and that way you can get back to your base pretty quick. And here's the sign. I don't know what it is. It's a different language that's on the sign, and it glows blue. We do get a better look at it as we walk by it here. And you got this rabbit just freaking coming out of there. His ears bouncing. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to be, a rabbit or a pig or a wolf or a fox. And also look at this. You got so you got different elements down here. See how they're walking through these leaves? And earlier when they were in the water, you could see a fish symbol up at the top, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it indicates the kind of biome that you're in, but you do see a leaf right there. And let's go through this. Here's another large creature carrying another log. Now, right here inside the hut, we got some pretty awesome things happening. I think I zoom in here in just a second. Okay, so yeah, I'm zooming in. There's something sparking here, and it looks like it's a way to refine something, maybe. To me, it looks like a little bit of refining. We do know that, that's heavily utilized in No Man's Sky, and in any environment, whether it be No Man's Sky or Light No Fire, you would need to refine things. It could be a refiner, it could be something else, but it definitely looks like something that you're refining or melting down. That's what it looks like to me. And there's this. I just pointed this out to just show you the amazing animation, color differences, variation in the birds. We get to watch this bird take off. If you can see his wings just separate, his feathers separate as he takes off. Just look at that animation. He tucks his feet in. Here's another picture. There's a sign right here that has blue writing. It didn't come out well when I zoomed in after I took the picture of it, but you can see it better when the video's actually playing, that there is another sign. You can see the stick here and the plaque here with the blue writing right there. So it looks like you put your signs, maybe it's what you name your base. This looks like it could be a community of players that maybe have built a guild. But yeah, see, there's that sign right there. And look at that thing just take off, man. Freaking amazing. Just absolutely awesome. Here is that pig facing away from us, and he's crafting, and he raises his hand up here in a second. See, he raises his hand up. All the rocks come up. I don't know if he was waving. See, he's waving his hand back and forth, but I don't know if that's like, oh, I'm crafting, and this is what it takes. Magic waving. I don't know, but that's that pig right there that was up on that building. And then there's a better picture of the sign right in front of the base. And I love how there's grass or moss or something growing on the roof. Oh, my God, this game's going to be so awesome. All All right, let's continue. And then we got, your weapon or object selected down there in the bottom right corner. I'm a little dyslexic, so I might say left when I mean right. Not dyslexic, but directional dyslexia. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I tell you that much. And that's a lot of things. But yeah, there we go. There's the bird taking off again. There's the crafting. There's the pig. And down here we show the object that is selected. And over there you got your it's daytime, so you got the sun. And you got I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a timer for a countdown to nightfall, or it could be energy, or I don't know. But this, I believe, this thing that looks like a flower or a snowflake, I think that might be temperature. And this right here, I believe, indicates either the season or biome that you're in. I think I don't know. It could be biome. Look how tall that mountain is, though, man. Goes way, way past the clouds there. Now, I took this picture because when I was watching it, I was like, man, this is the first human character that I have seen from Hello Games, but not counting Joe Danger, right? Joe Danger, they're little caricatures or whatever. But as far as doing something serious, look at this backpack, by the way. This little, I don't know, jug-looking backpack. So there's a lot of different ones, man. A lot of different ones, a lot of variation with those backpacks. And I believe that they're going to play a very important role in Light No Fire. But yeah, I just took that and I was like, wow, that's a human. That is a human, man. All right, and here we got the guy just walking, or girl just walking. And here's what I believe them trying to showcase to us, that there's hunting. As you see, there's I think 4 or 5 different players. They could be NPCs that you hire, or maybe you play by yourself, and maybe you can get NPCs to help populate your own community. If you want to just be a lone player but feel like you have a community, maybe you can get NPCs to populate your village. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, and maybe 6 people. And they're hunting what looks like bison or something like bison. And it's pretty cool seeing the bow is it's kind of light, so it looks like it's like a magical arrow or an arrow with some sort of energy, and you can see it leave his bow and go all the way down towards that creature that they're hunting. I believe this is a way for survival, to eat. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to show that. And there's another bison or whatever that is down there too. Yeah, just some hunting. And up next, we get to see a little bit of combat. So this, I think, is, you don't have a object selected here, and you don't have a environmental readout over here. But what I think you have is a sword that's always on fire. Because before he hit the thing, before the sparks went off, the sword was already lit with flames. And see right there, the sword's lit with flames, and then it sparks. And then the sword comes back. I don't think it's on fire because he hit the crab, but look at this crab right here, and these 2 crabs kind of back up. The NPC behavior, they back up like, whoa, he just killed our brother. And Mama Crab, she's over there like, look how pretty I am. I'm the prettiest crab of them all. Look at me. Look at that big thing, man. But yeah, it looks like somebody decided to come in here to maybe monster hunt. Maybe there's a level of monster hunting or some kind of missions that you could take to hunt down rumored creatures. Because this thing is nasty looking, man. And it looks like this person came in and said, I'm going to kill all of your offspring and then leave you there to cry. But it looks like, see how it's shaking? I don't know if it's shaking because of the explosion or if it's getting ready to spit something at him. But it was definitely shaking. Look at it shaking. Look at that. I'd be very concerned. Very, very concerned about that. But let's just watch it here. Look at these crabs back up as he strikes it. Look at that. That's really cool, man. Just freaking, whoa, this guy's pretty serious. And there's 2 other people back there, too. So right here, I kind of just let it go off. Again, if you just take a look at the animation of you getting on instead of just appearing on it, look at that, paying attention to detail from Hello Games. And also look how big, look how fat. Okay, look how fat this dragon is. It is a big boy, man. Look at that. And he's got horns right here. The variation of the dragons are not just by looks and color, but definitely body type too. Look how big this dragon is. And he's got a little big old horny tail right there. But watch him take off. You get to see just how big he is. Look how big he is. Look how skinny this one is here. And God, the character design. The character design, a level of detail on these dragons is just unreal. Look at this dragon's wings. It almost looks like butterfly wings. Huh? Look at that. It looks like butterfly wings. But yeah, look at the different body types. This one's big. This one's really skinny. Out here, it looks malnourished. This one looked like he was big, like he was strong, like that's the hero. This one looks malnourished. This one looks overnourished. Let's go ahead and keep looking. And look at that animation. Look at that animation. Oh, yeah, did I point out, let me come, I believe that there's first person in this game. So we are at the 6.52 minute mark here. Let me go back and point out that I believe that there's first person. A lot of people care about that. And it's one thing I forgot to mention. A lot of people care about first person. A lot of people love third person. But this here, as you can see, you've got your item selection and you've got your environmental stuff. And as the person is in the water, you could definitely tell that it's first person. Looking at observing all the things in front of it, and then it walks up and comes out. So yes, I believe that there is third person or first person. I just wanted to point that out because that's important to me. Because first person is important to me. I love first person. That's how I play all my games. But let's go ahead and continue from here. Different saddles. And the animation to get on, look, he grabs that middle harness right there, and then he takes off. Look at the way the cloth is just flowing. I don't know if we get a good look at it here, but the cloth just blows in the wind. Here he's got a bow and arrow selected, I guess, when he pulls out his object that he has selected. It would be a bow and arrow. And look at all those birds right there. Great animations. I wonder what that looks like in first person. If you're flying on that dragon, or maybe there's not a way to do it in first person. I don't know. What I mean is maybe there's not a way to be in first person when you're on an animal. Maybe it just defaults to third. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me pause it here. Different. Look at that dragon. I wonder if he's flying lower. That big one down there. I wonder if he's flying lower because he's heavy. So look, he's up a little bit higher than this one, and he's up a good. Look at his feet, man. Look at that. I wonder if he's flying lower because he's just big. He's just big. Look at that. Look how low he is. He thinks he can. I don't know. Maybe weight's going to have to something to play in it. Oh, he's going pretty high now. Just maybe takes him a minute. Happens to all of us. Here, I wanted to showcase this because you could see like the wet texture on the skin. And then just a beautiful image here of a different variation of a bird. Natural colors. Beautiful wing definition. Feather definition. Just beautiful graphics. I mean, and also, I would like to point out that they muted the colors in some places quite a bit to give it a more realistic look to it. So yeah, there's definitely that to point out. And here you got bright green grass, beautiful water right there. Just more of this guy flying around. Look, you can see his cape moving around, blowing in the wind. That's awesome. I got to remember to point out another survival mechanic that I noticed. Just don't know where it's going to be in the trailer. And right here, I don't know if this is some kind of beacon or a boundary. Maybe it marks where your village or your community starts. Maybe you could only have so much of land, and that maybe that land gets bigger the more people that you add to it, and they, you can expand that boundary. Maybe it just represents the boundary of the borderlines of somebody's community. I don't know what it could be, beacon or boundary border line object, but thing or something. I don't know. Let's get past that, and then coming up, we got some floating island that we see a lot of in No Man's Sky. And what's kind of weird about this floating island is when he goes over to look at that cape moving in the wind. Look at that. I love little things like that a lot of people see, but they subconsciously see it and they don't realize that they do, because it just makes it a more believable and immersive experience. Here, the reason why I looked at this is it kind of looks like technology. This right here looks like some kind of dome-shaped building, kind of something like you would see in Star Wars. I don't want to say that because I don't think it is, but it just looks like it. And this right here looks like it's mechanical, or something. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if they were holding back a little bit of technology that would be in here. But I tell you guys, lore-wise, it would be really cool if they somehow tied this in with No Man's Sky, somehow. But let's keep going, because I think that'd be a cool Easter egg, if they did tie it in with No Man's Sky a bit. Here's the point that I wanted to show. You see this guy back here? I didn't zoom into him, but he is warming up. So I believe that one of the survival mechanics is not just pushing down on the D-pad and taking, selecting some kind of mineral that's going to make you warm again. You might have to literally build a fire and get near it and start warming up, because that looks like a player, or it could be an NPC, which what's good enough for NPCs is good enough for me. So it looks like physical. A lot of things I see about this is physical. So you got physical resource gathering. You saw the giant creatures carrying the logs. You saw the guy cutting down. It looks like a little bit of maybe not all physical resource gathering, but whatever they did. And then you got physical warming up physically with actual fire, which is a really cool touch. This guy is where my wolf claim comes in. This is a wolf. Look at that big bushy tail. You got he's got black fur. He's got claws. He's got a cool backpack, another variation of a backpack, and he's got pointy ears and furry face. This is a wolf. That's a wolf. That is a wolf. That is some freaking never-ending story wolf. I can't remember that wolf's name, but remember that wolf? It looks just like that, but kind of mutinized. Doesn't this game kind of remind you a little bit of Beyond Good and Evil? Just a little bit, but not set in the future. But anyways, we got pigs, we got wolves, we got maybe rhinos. But that's definitely a wolf. Look, you can see his big clawed feet. Man, that guy's got some big feet, man. Look at that. And then here it shows a moon, and you can obviously tell it's night. And the reason why I think this is the biome that you're in, look at the kind of grass that he's walking through and see how it matches that symbol right there. I'm not sure I don't know if I'm right or not, but it kind of looks like it's heading that direction. This right here, I still think that might be temperature. Could be temperature. And then I don't know if we take a look at the other side to see what he's carrying. It looks like a torch. See, he's got a torch selected, and he's actually physically carrying a torch. And over here to the right, we're going to see what I believe to be a fox, right? So I think there's a lot of animals to choose from. Look at these birds flying up there, man. I think there's a lot of animals to choose from that they're not letting, that maybe we don't even see. Like my power animal, my spirit animal is primates. We're talking monkeys, we're talking apes, is my power animal. So if they give me an ape that I can be an ape, I am going to be so freaking happy. You hear that, Hello Games? Apes. You got to give me apes, man. But over here to the right, you're going to see a fox enter the chat. There you go. There's the fox. And you also have this really cool, I don't know if it's a living thing or a movable, like a monolith that moves that you interact with. I don't know if it's going to get up and start pouncing on people, or if it's just moving, but it's really cool. It looks sci-fi, man, like a futuristic sci-fi. It does. It does. And I really hope that they're not showing it. I hope that there's a little bit of futurism, a little bit of technology speckled here and there. But if not, it's still not a game killer. But we'll see. We'll see. There's the fox. He's red. He's got a little bit of white on him. He's thinner than the wolf that we were taking a look at. His tail's thinner. Yeah, but that is definitely a fox. Fox indeed. All right, let's see what we got coming up next here. You get to watch the fox walking. Yep, that's a fox. You got foxes, wolves, pigs, bunnies, humans with antlers, humans, maybe rhinos. I believe this is one of the humans here that have the horns coming out of their head. But this is pretty cool looking at these creatures that they're riding. Right there. Just look at the animation of these things and just how well they look. And look at the colors. A lot of people, I love Star Citizen. It is another game that I kind of feel like when No Man's Sky was released, a lot of us had to come to bat and defend Sean Murray and defend Hello Games and defend No Man's Sky. And I happen to have this luck of liking games that most people bash on. I love No Man's Sky and I love Light No Fire, and I haven't played it yet, but I know I'm gonna love it. I love Star Citizen, and I kind of feel like Star Citizen gets the same rap that Sean Murray did because it's taken so long to make that game, and a lot of people believe a lot of the rumors and lies that have been spread out that it's expensive to play the game. You have to pay a monthly fee and you have to pay thousands of dollars for ships when that is just a way to help support the project if you want to. If not, you don't have to do that, and you do not have to pay monthly. It's just a lot of misinformation out there about that game. But a lot of those people that I do play Star Citizen with don't like the colors of No Man's Sky. They say it's too colorful. I love the colors, right? But it looks like here, like they muted the colors quite a bit. You got, muted greens and muted reds and muted rust sand color. So maybe, just maybe, we can get their attention with this game here. But if you look at the logo down here, for it looks like a palm tree, maybe. And there's palm trees here. So I think it has something to do with the biome, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Make sure you tell me down in the comment section what you think that icon is supposed to be there at the top. I'm interested to hear what your opinions are. But you got a lot of players on screen right there. A lot of players on screen. And some are flying, riding. Now there's a lot going on here. So if we take a look at this screen, I got it over here where I can move it around. So I think these rabbits on the side that are bowing, I don't know if they're players and they're role playing and there's a bowing emote that players could do, or if these are NPCs that are bowing as these players are walking into this this palace or whatever. But you see these things on the wall? This place, I believe, belongs to the bunnies, because you have a bunny. See the bunny right there, those bunny ears? his shield that he has on his back, and he looks like a player. Or it could be an NPC following you along. These could all be NPCs, and you could just be one person there in the crowd. But you got the shield there is the same thing that's hanging up here on the wall. These things here, which I don't think those are shields. I think those are just symbols. They look like they're much larger than the one on his back, but it's the same picture. It's the same thing. They got another weapon over here. Look how, it's just a big chunk of steel all thrown together with some wood. Looks really awesome. Nice outfit that he's got on. I don't know what that animal is, but that animal's got some big claws, man. And then you've got, look at that backpack. Looks like maybe a canteen hanging off the backpack there. So there's another version of the backpack. That sleeping bag yet again, which I don't know if it's going to be a way to heal, rest, save your game. But we do know that the resource gathering is actually physical. We know that warming up when you get too cold, when your character gets cold, is physical. So maybe sleeping to repair and re-energize is something that we're going to be having to do. But yeah, this is just a cool scene right here. This is obviously the Rabbit's Palace, and there's a giant over here to the left. Just really cool, man. Just really cool. I don't know why they're bowing to him, but that's really neat, man. All right, so let's keep on going here. You push play. And then we're going to, here they are bowing. There's that shield again. It's the same thing. It's hanging up on the wall right there. See that? And then there's an axe over here by these table and chairs. Table and stools. Some more of the language or some kind of symbolism for something. Then there's this big old giant just sitting over here. And it's not just a statue. He looks shocked. He pulled his hand away from his face. He's like, what? And why did you come here to wake me up? There's another axe sitting right there. So there's just cool shots here of this thing just flying around. And then there's that ball again that I don't know if it's the same kind of ball that's at the beginning right there. I don't know if that's the same thing or not, but I think it has something to do with the logo of Light No Fire. Maybe it's something that we're all going to have to travel to. You see, it's on something that looks triangular right there. And here we go at the end. Got something breaking apart inside the eye. Look at that. Is that a diamond shape? So this is inside the eye of the logo of Light No Fire. Is that the Atlas trying to break out? Huh? Is that the Atlas? Is the Atlas trapped inside that thing? I'm just playing around, folks. I'm just joking. But what if, huh? What if they're tied together somehow? What if? That's all I'm saying. And you got a little guy standing down on that finger or that thumb right there, and you got some gold stuff just floating around. Light No Fire. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the Atlas, and maybe they tied the lores in together. That would be really cool. Would it though? I mean, would it be cool if they tied the lore in together, but not at first? Like, the longer you play it, the more you start going, hey, wait a minute. What do you mean? And then, what? And then it just hits you like you know, you avoid the internet for spoilers. You avoid it all. And you just, let me know down below if that would be cool. Is it not cool? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm not going to argue with you in one slightest bit of anything that I've said here, anything that I have claimed, or except for the fox and the damn wolf and the pig. All right? That's a fox, a wolf, and a pig. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that because that means I might get an ape. But anyways, I want to know your opinions about everything. and maybe I'll do a video. We'll start discussing some of this stuff, and I want to pick a day that we can have a subcast for this, and I'm super excited about it. I think that we're close to playing this, which is good. But I love the hype leading into something. I love being excited. I like getting drip-fed information from the developers. I love it when Hello Games goes, here's a little sprinkle of information for you. I love that kind of thing, man. And as you know on my title, we do cover ambitious games in development. One of the reasons why I did stop covering No Man's Sky is because is it still I guess technically it's still in development. I actually thought that they were close to done with updates, but then as I started playing, more and more kept getting updated. And next year, Sean Murray stated that it's the biggest year for No Man's Sky, and we got to see a really quick snippet of a new space station with a new ship that, I don't know, kind of looks like a racing ship to me. But and it was much faster than all the other ones. Pulled away from it like a drag car, man. Just looks like a racing ship. Maybe there's some racing mechanic that you put. I don't know. Maybe not. But it looks like not only did the engine get overhauled to make Light No Fire, but it looks like the engine got overhauled for 2024 No Man's Sky 2, based on that trailer. It looked really good. So I'm excited about 2024 No Man's Sky. I'm excited about Light No Fire. I'm getting confused here. And so comment down below anything. I've never played a whole lot of RPG games. The reason why I'm super excited about this game is it is a life-size planet. Where is your adventure going to end up? Where are you going to end up? Who are you going to meet along the way? How are they doing multiplayer? I want to know. How they plan on tackling multiplayer. Comment down below what you think. If it's going to be similar to No Man's Sky's multiplayer or not. But let me know what you think down below. Let's just get discussing. Maybe we'll use your comments for a upcoming subcast that we'll probably do. Maybe I don't want to promise this, but maybe we'll do it next Sunday. A 2 or 3 hour subcast where you get to come on the show. You get to tell me why you're excited, what you're excited about, what your theories about this game are, what you expect out of it, what you plan on doing in the game based on the information that they've already said. That's what a subcast is, and that'll be done on YouTube live, and it will include you. It is the chance where you get a voice, a place where you get a voice. Been doing it since 2014. The pioneers for subcast. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for all the Patreon supporters. You guys are making this dream a reality. We were full-time for almost 3 years, full-time streamers, and you helped that become a reality for 3 years. Unfortunately, our analytics did start to drop, and I'm back to working again. But don't fret. Your continued support and my continued drive, I will be full-time again. I don't know, soonish, maybe. TM. But thank you guys. If you'd like to join Patreon, link is down below. Help support the show. Our live streams are on Twitch. You can help support there by subscribing, gifting subs, cheering with bits, all that stuff. And we also have a donation link that's directly to the studio down below. And subscribing here on YouTube actually helps too with the algorithm, gets us in front of brand new faces. And that's all I've got for you. We got merch. We got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of ways to help support the show. And every one of those links are down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.